restart that recording because my tweet deck was on the screen for a second. Hey, everybody. It's Paranormasight. I forgot that last thing I did was that Pokemon stream. So, with the spooky, scary blackout that was happening, let's start at the bottom this time. Resolve that action, because these two didn't really have anything going on at the moment, so... After Yako acquires the Curse of the Fool's Procession, Mio tries to persuade her to give up on going after the Rite of Resurrection. The effects of the other curse echoes are already appearing at the school, so the two hurry to get out of the classroom. Darkness guy is here, we think. Yako Sakazaki, 1 a.m. No, we're gonna try to not murder anyone.
Murder!
We're gonna try not to murder. Although it seems like I don't have a choice. Hey, Mio, what was that just now? Could it be another curse echo different from mine? I think so, yes. We may have been discovered by another curse bearer. Oh. Is it a pentagram fade? It might have been. What's wrong? Shh. Someone's there, in that classroom. What? Something moved inside. Well? Ignore and proceed, or check it out stealthily. I mean, we need to get the hell out of here, but I do want to know what it is. Let's check it out stealthily. It might be the curse bearer who just used that curse echo just now. If we can see who it is, it might help us decide what to do later. That's true. Okay, be careful. Oh, I didn't want to go in the classroom. Well, can you see anything? Try and get a look around. Ooh. Ah, hey, it's the teacher. Ah!
Oh, yeah, it is.
Huh? Is that our homeroom teacher, Mr. Jinochi? And the person with him is Hitomi from Class A? What? Oh my, what is going on here? Ah! That bastard! He's at it again! I have to kill him. No! Hey, I didn't say that. Die. Die, Mr. Jinochi. What is the sound? No, Yako, stop. You'll kill Hitomi, too. I have to do something. Ha! Hey, over there. Who's there? I was seen? It didn't work. Run, hurry. Thanks. Glad we had a friend. Person of interest updated. Glad we had a friend to fucking knock us before we killed someone with that. Seems like they're not coming after us. Let's hope they didn't see our faces. But Yako, what came over you all of a sudden? Sorry. Thanks for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. I wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. I'm really sorry. I do think it's partly the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart's still pounding. I'm a little surprised you know Hitomi from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, though she barely shows up to school. Ah! Something right behind us, but you could just really be a curse bearer.
Hey, friend.
I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yako? When I give the signal, run. Go straight for the entrance. Don't look back no matter what. Huh? Why? Did something happen? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Okay, go. Right. Don't look back. Don't look back. Oop. I heard a scream noise. That's not good. Oh, her running away was when Shogo met her, like right outside the gates. Remember? I have to get outside. Let's see, to get to the gates, I go by the gym and... What are you doing, miss? Eek! You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Ashimiya. Well, if it isn't little Yako. Anyway, students ain't supposed to be outside playing around at night. School janitor, Makoto Ashimiya. Having a sudden uncomfortable urge to kill happens to the best of us. No. Bad Molo guy. No murder.
Murder.
No murder.
There's not enough murder.
I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. I'm sorry. Sorry, I forgot something back in the classroom. No sass today, huh? Realized you were in the wrong, did you? Yes. Forgot something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. But you don't have nothing with you. Oh. Hey, you do. What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Girls these days sure have weird tastes. Well, okay, better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait, I can't let you walk home alone this late. Alright, just wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... Oh, there's something we don't know about here, I think.
Oh well.
That must open up later. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That's so. Who's your friend? My classmate, Mio Kurosuzu. Oh, that transfer student. Breaking school rules already, huh? Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Well, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if you go home together. Oh, right. She's in the first floor hallways. Be careful, though. You don't know what may be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. Oh, fuck! She's been murdered! Yakanazakazaki, 2 a.m. Kamogata High School, entrance. So she's been waiting for like an hour now? Orosu means to kill. She's late. Been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. I'm starting to get worried. I'm going to take a look. No! Leave! What are you doing?
Take a look.
Mio, are you there? The janitor's also not here, which is troubling. Oh, no. Huh? Oh, no. Eek! Mia, what happened? You gotta go!
Is her leg missing?
Where did that go wrong this time? Okay, so I think I'm right in that we are supposed to pull... it's my fault. It's all my fault. Oh, yeah, her leg is missing. You're right.
Rip.
I left her alone with a curse bearer. Can I leave, please? Mio. I'm sorry, The truth is... Yeah, so there's something I'm supposed to know in there first. Yako Sakazaki, deceased. So it's probably something I get from one of the other routes. One-sided Yako. My, Supes, you seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result. But this was bound to happen. There is someone who must not be trusted. Once you have an idea of who it is, be sure to come back. I'm sure you'll see what you need to do differently. It is a difficult judgment for Yako Sakazaki to make, you see. This chapter will remain incomplete for now. I recommend you try another route. Now then, until next time. Okay, so that was the bad end. Failure to escape. Alright, let's try up here. I mean, I think we should not trust the teacher. For sure. But the only other person there was the janitor? Because the teacher was talking about the girl who was dead as if she was not. Koro Suzuga Koro Sareta. You know I can't read that. I mean, I know kill is
You just did, though.
Well, he wrote it in English characters. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait, and wait. And think. Ooh, a newspaper. What's this, a newspaper? Must have fallen off the chair. Read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Look at the society articles. Looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it'd make my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then, although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. More. Look at economy articles. All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. It's about 220 to 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. The dollar's down from its height and people are saying it could fall further. There's no denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. Culture. Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have all these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Education. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It'll only remind me of him. But what about the Oh, we weren't done with all of these, apparently.
Didn't go through them
There's
enough.
one thing Honjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Society. Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off the roof about a week ago.
I thought you didn't read the news.
She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. Huh? What? But, no, this can't be right. Her name... Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School. It can't be. Yeah, exactly. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. When does this take place again? This takes place in, like, the 80s. If I remember right. The 80s or 90s. The city center is going to be nothing but apartments before long. I'm not exactly a businesswoman, so this all feels like another world to me. Culture. I hear the big new thing is some mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. I keep forgetting to look for those. What was that Richter was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now with how quickly the times are changing. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern worldviews. My generation will only fall further behind. Look at the television articles. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that. Less fuss. Now the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. Look at all these paranormal specials. Okay, done with that. Think time? Michio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping. Oops. Committed suicide last week, but that means Mr. Janochi was terrified of someone who had already died? Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? No, it's right there. I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. I've made sure the receiver is on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls. Ah! That must be him. Answer. Hello, Shijima residence. Shigima. I got there. Haraway Shigima, 2 a.m. Komagata Bridge. Hey, didn't you tell me not to leave my house? Richter called me out here to meet him, and we came here to the Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? Oh, really quick, I'm gonna look around for stickers. Any stickers? Any cool sticker? Ah, is that one? Mockingbird 18 was discovered. Hell yeah.
You're missing 17 of them. How many are there?
At least 18. Surroundings. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Samita River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. Anything else in particular in my surroundings? I don't think so. The river. The Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Good joke, Malagai. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right. Should have guessed. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world would meet the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Samita River that same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the Rite of Resurrection is here rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now, right over the river. The border between life and death. If there was ever a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. Files up.
A knife thought.
It's a knife thought. You go first. Please, go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries looking for curse bearers, and I think I found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran into in Kinshibori Park. Well, we know he's not one. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigasui Street. There's no question about this one, he had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him, too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I'd bet. He'd make a good target. That's the teacher, I'm pretty sure. And these motherfuckers.
Yeah, it looked like him. It looked like
Next
him.
up is a pair, a young man and a woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time the man came up and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often, looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soldier eggs in a group might be a decent idea if you could make it work. But with things being how they are, it's got to be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass, though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is two detectives I've seen sniffing around.
The police are involved?
Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up.
How do you know where they're from?
Let's just say that when you're in this business, there are some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye.
You found all of them in so little time? I really did hire the best.
It's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I. No, wait. Make that Richter Kai Investigator Extraordinaire.
No, go back.
Investigated Extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An Investigator Extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit.
Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and young couple sound the most promising, am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too...
Nope, whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. I'm gonna have a think.
Standing around like this is the last thing I want to be doing right now. This is my only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away.
Fritter it?
Yeah, have you not heard that before?
Not like that, no.
There's something I need to tell you.
What's up?
Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi,
the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping?
That's her. Well, she's dead.
She's what?
The student who committed suicide last week. That was her.
I heard something like that happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead only to find out it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Janochi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave?
Seems like we're back where we started.
Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I'd put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her.
I see.
And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. Huh? In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch.
A hunch?
Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess?
I can guess. I can't say for certain, but...
Mr. Janochi silenced Michiro with silence him with murder.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically. Curse related, maybe? What if Mr. Janochi silenced Michio Shiraishi with a curse?
What do you think?
Seemed to me that he was more scared of what someone else might do. That might be a little far-fetched.
I see. I'm sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective.
Well, no point dwelling on speculation. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Janochi. Didn't you want to tell me something?
I've already said everything I wanted to say. Standing around is the last, yeah.
Didn't you want to... What? What am I missing? What's around me? Didn't you want to tell me something? What? What have I not clicked on? What's around here?
Water.
Oh, the river again.
Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. You mind if I tell you?
Go ahead.
Must have been around 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Samita River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy, and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand.
What?
It was almost a miracle when you stopped to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar, and that they could tell had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone.
Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders?
Ah, that's the case that the detective worked on. It suits me.
Right.
It suits me. So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time.
I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours.
To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They say the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill.
A sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny, everyone figures out the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself.
That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it couldn't have been his first crime, and people began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end, but the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting?
Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all the darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders.
But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand.
Gah!
The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the one and only time my father ever said he was proud of me.
Huh. I guess it wasn't the killer's day.
Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Gonna check my surroundings. This game's got me extremely paranoid that I'm gonna like turn around and there's gonna be something there every time.
And then you'll die again.
Is something wrong?
Not really. It just struck me it's been 20 years since the Nejima murders.
So it has.
Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course.
That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society.
I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation.
Oh, really?
They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they wouldn't be recognized in the workplace.
My. The way you put it, It's like you were saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser.
It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if it was that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind.
I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too.
What was it?
I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. Could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima.
Oh?
He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered, too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all.
So yeah, the janitor I for sure shouldn't trust.
Yeah?
And that would explain why her leg was cut off, although I assumed that was the curse. Well, no, because I think if this is the darkness curse, I think it just guts you. I don't think it removes your limbs.
Could be considered part of gutting.
What next?
The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Samita River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think.
I see. Right? Excuse me.
Oh no. Ah, it's you.
Is that a woman's voice? Who could it be?
Can I talk to you real quick, buddy? No, his dialogue is exhausted.
Where did she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've got the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers?
Curse bearers? What's that, then?
It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You have heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everybody's talking about it.
Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, miss? What was your name again?
Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono.
University student, Ayame Tono. At this point, her buddy has already been disabled, so is she one of the other ones, or...
Certainly had no reservations telling us about the rite of resurrection. It'll be worth keeping an eye on her. She could be trouble. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill other curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow.
No, I think I got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So are you saying you're one of these curse bearers?
No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is.
Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend?
Oh, heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namigaki. We're, I suppose you could say, partners in crime.
Funny way of putting it.
Oop. I'm pretty sure he's already been disabled. So
Yeah,
where is
probably.
Yutaro?
So where is this Yutaro now?
Well, about that, he's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer.
Former? How so?
I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he's lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student only to flunk where it counts. So now I'm here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right...
He lost it? How did he do that?
I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well... It's strange you probe into that of all things.
I'm just the curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders.
So anyway, mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer?
Oh, that. I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions.
Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers?
Great question, and the answer is, I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones.
And you thought we'd have given them to you? Just like that?
Well, maybe not, but you know what they say. You never know until you ask.
You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky.
Oh, goodness, no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me.
So what are you trying to do with this rod of resurrection?
Well, Yutaro has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? I mean, if you got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Yutaro I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it.
Of course, keeping secrets is my business.
My, aren't you dashing? That expression she gave him was really good.
Sounds like you really have your heart set on this ride. What were you hoping to use it on?
You promise you won't laugh?
Cross my heart.
Well, then let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed.
This is gonna be really stupid, isn't it?
I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty.
Oh no.
Ukiyo-e
It's gonna be
particular.
it's gonna be. She wants to bring back the Great Wave guy and talk to him.
Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be a cultured lady.
Really? Do you think so? Everyone says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, I guess.
And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of him?
Sure I have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period?
That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so
Yeah, there
iconic
it
that he
is.
only of his works most people know. But Hokusai was so much more than mountains and waves. That's only the teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work.
I've got to admit, I've really only known him from those landscapes myself. I need a drink. Pardon me real quick. I am parched and I need to ingest some water.
I wonder if he was the guy who did the fisherman's wife as well, or if that was a different guy.
Beats me.
I only know one woodblock artist, and it's that guy.
Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right?
He did do the Dream of the Fisherman's Wife.
Nice.
So he
Which
kept
is
on
a-
drawing right up until his old age, huh? Impressive.
But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. Word. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out.
Huh? Hold on, are you saying...
Besides, he said he always wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic?
Oh no, nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going.
Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it.
You've gotta be kidding me. So if
This
I
is
understand
stupid.
correctly, you want to use the Rod of Resurrection to...
That's right, I want to bring Hokusai back to life.
Well, that's certainly a novel idea.
That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Oh gosh, is that the time? I should be going. I need to get my hands on the curse bearer before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck.
Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her, too, if we can.
Why do you say that?
Before she left, she wished us best of luck. She's got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers.
My.
There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing, after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while.
End of scene? Yep. Alright, what are the cops doing?
cop stuff. Oh yeah, it's this scene, right?
Midori Cho Park. Yeah, they're in the park now, which is I think where Shogo found
Normal
Shogo.
guy.
Midori Cho. Ah! You, what are you doing here? Aren't you at the school? Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions. What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry, this isn't an interrogation or anything. We just want to talk. You're Hideki Araishi, right? The historian? We know who you are, so this won't take long. Oh, this is a different guy. He just looks kind of like the teacher.
Yeah, he's wearing a suit.
This is the guy who discovered the book, I think, that all the right stuff was in. But since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask you a couple questions. Local history researcher Hideki Araishi. Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. Hideki Araishi. He says he's a local historian, but supposedly he knows more about the rite of resurrection than anybody. The fact that he's here at this time of night, it's plenty possible that he's a curse bearer. Boss, let's ask Hideki some questions. Okay. What were you doing? Now, Mr. Araishi, what were you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course. Day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk around town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about the book, The Record of Fates, if I recall. Oh, right. You found some kind of ritual in the Record of Fates. But don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the rite of resurrection, too. To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting shows up. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you can force me to tell you because you're policemen, you're sorely mistaken. What were you doing? What was the research you were doing just now? Or was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly were you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't understand anyway. Yeah? Was the research you were doing now also? Well, yes. But was the research you were doing related? But was it related? Okay, he's not gonna talk about research. Are you doing all this research so you can use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet, pitiful. Huh? So you don't believe in the rite? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Things changed. It has become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now, I pray that it is real. What changed? I'm sure you can imagine. The funds for my research. I received a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, then that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? And so what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try and get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. With how popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? But I bought your book! The pursuit of the unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that part. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed but through research and deep consideration. No way, I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. Then what kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they are passed down from generation to generation.
That is interesting, though.
It is. That's, I was gonna say archaeology, that's not anthropology.
Anthropology. I wanted to be an anthropology student, but my parents wouldn't let me because it was satanic.
What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks detail, or when something's left out or abridged because of the story's length.
or when a story twists and shifts as it's spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other.
Oh, I see.
Take the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years, so why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest? I admit I am curious.
So that's what you've been researching all this time. Makes sense.
As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the right exists or not. If people in the Edo period believed that what was written in the Record of Fates was real, that's all I'm interested in. I haven't looked at him yet.
From appearances, it's hard to imagine this small, bookish, well-spoken man being very dangerous. But in this day and age, you never know. I should be careful. This Record of Fates, where did you get your hands on it?
The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. I wasn't done with this. Valuable research. But I have to be realistic. The research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks.
So what were you doing? Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it was you were looking for. Curse stones? That would be solid evidence.
He already knows about the mysteries, so I don't know why he would be looking for them. What? Damn it, if you know about that, then...
Calm down, no need to get so defensive.
Yeah, I'll just show it to him. Fuck this guy, why not? Why not?
Want to see?
Want to see it? We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice friendly chat?
A curse stone, you are a curse bearer. A leaf, is it the Evergreen Beach then?
Yep, will you show me yours?
This is mine, the ever-burning lantern.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could just tell him that he can't lie to me.
I'll tell you this for free. The Evergreen Beach comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors. But the accusations against him were unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him.
Ah, so that is the resentful memory held within the Evergreen Beach. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all.
Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of line lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me.
What? But...
So don't try and lie to me. I'll know.
You would curse a citizen, and you call yourself an officer of the law.
That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to.
What is it you want?
The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours.
Excuse me, but my right.
First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you?
No, of course I haven't, I swear! You fool!
I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead.
Damn you, I won't give it to you! If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime?
The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offenses Act. Or you hand it over and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested.
Fine. You can have the stone here. Hey! We got 3 now, baby!
Man.
Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Oh, right. Would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say?
In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the secret hidden in the Record of Fates.
Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as soon as I collect the curse stones. Speaking of which... Ah!
Thanks to you, we learned a lot from him.
I wonder. The mysteries in the right are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses.
Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you.
I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything no matter what we asked.
But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. I was surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though. Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. Fuck! We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. So there's Darkness Knife Man. There's the parade that the girl has. There's the fire one that the other lady has. So that's only 3 of the other 6 that we know about. Oh, and the drowning one. So we know 4 of the other 6. There's still 2 we haven't seen yet. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them fast or they may start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namigaki's curse stone. Really? Then he already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we continue our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namagaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I made that up. I made that up assuming he would not be able to figure it out. Oh, so this one is locked now, so we can't do this yet.
Yeah.
Alright, well now I have the information here. What's,
Resume?
What does resume do? Where does that put me? Start from after leaving the classroom. I do want to do this so I can see if I can avoid cursing, because my cursor was in the upper left, so I don't know if I did that or she did that.
Your cursor, you say?
Yeah. Where there's the... I'm just gonna mash.
Oh, it's the little guy asking about Mio. That's not a fade, that's a hair clip.
What? Where?
That's a hair clip, not a fade.
Oh shit, is my chat not updating?
No, I'm just recalling back from like an hour ago.
Oh, I see.
What? Why would I be seeing that? I'm not looking at like a thing with the stream chat. I'm looking at the chat on Twitch.
Okay, go. Don't look back, don't look back. Yeah, that scream there makes me think that she got.
What makes you think? We know she got.
Right. I mean, that makes me think that that's when she got and not by the janitor. Hello? Mashimiya, janitor, yeah. Sorry. Forgot something back in the classroom, yes. Don't have nothing. What do you have in your hand? That's what I forgot. Head straight home. But go home alone without checking on Mio. I guess that's my option, because I can't...
Yeah, because we haven't gotten whatever to unlock that extra box, right?
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Mr. Janochi was actually looking for you inside the main building. What's that? He's here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in Class 3B on the 2nd floor just a bit ago. Oh, I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. 2nd floor, you said? I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be back fine on my own, really. That's so. Ah, the snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. So sending him to the 1st floor is what kills her then, I think. Because we sent him up to the 2nd floor that time. Which is where the teacher was. Kumagata High School, front gates. Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. Ah, it's you. That's...
The way his pose is really something.
His pose is real bad.
He looks like he doesn't know what to do with his hands, which I do find
He has to go.
relatable.
He really has to go to the bathroom, and he's trying to not look like he has to go to the bathroom.
Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past 10 minutes. Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. Yako Sakazaki, 2 a.m. Yako's home. Ah, I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. Oh, hey. Why does it just end there? I find that alarming.
It's fine.
No more curses. Haruwe Shigima, 3 a.m. Shigima Mansion. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers, and came home alone. Hey, bird. Oh, look at that guy. He's covered in horns. Surroundings. I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Mansion. The old Shigema mansion. We rebuilt it after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Let's have a think. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? Oh, don't worry about that. I'll lose my chance to bring him back. Go inside. I'm not letting you out to murder anybody if I can help it. Oh, hey, did we make it to morning almost? A threatening phone call. Well, I'm curious, what happens if I wait there? Does wait there get me anything? Does wait there get me an extra event or something? Does wait there get me murdered? Or is that just a, like, stand here, do nothing thing? Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't do anything. Wait here just means I don't want to leave the map yet. A threatening phone call. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 4 a.m. Road. I recognize this road. This road is dark as hell. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected with the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looks suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. Just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinjibori Park. Oh, hey. This is where Shogo's corpse should be, I think. Yep, there he is, already dead. Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you, I'm gonna take a look around. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics teams are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. That is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Just gonna take a quick peek around the map. I'm not going to... Excuse me? Huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. Yeah, it sure is.
Why is the payphone phone ringing?
Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Hello. Kinshibori Park phone booth.
Yeah.
Evening, Detective Sutsumi. Oh, you know what? I don't know who this is. Evening, Detective Sutsumi. How are things looking out there? Who is this? I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuo Sutsumi himself. Oh, wait, that's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this... Fumichika Nejima? What? Did you say Fumichika Nejima? Like the one from the Nejima murders? Ding, ding, ding! You got it. I had a feeling that the grave Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. Wahaha! That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumichika Nejima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it. How did you find me? How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice, it's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. But how did you... I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see, I have the one-sided reed. Sutsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nejima, you're a curse bearer. You're using the power of the curse. Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God damn it. The curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. What is your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been really serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks, I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me, just try to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle at all. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Sutsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last! What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Wow, oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nejima. Please forgive me, I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common, we should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can.
I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left.
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss, what about me? Wait, are you just trying to protect me?
There's not a single person you care about. I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that.
Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you.
Ooh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own. Joking. On her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my, don't tell me she just happens to live in Honjo.
What, she does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm going to find you and make you pay.
I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears.
Fuck you.
One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing.
I thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass.
Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored.
No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done.
But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here.
You couldn't.
Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart.
Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong.
Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one, which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me.
You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off?
Who knows?
And how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole?
Idiot, you think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you.
Ugh. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima.
You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid.
Wait, Nejima, you're after the...
Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now.
Need another drink after that Joker impression I just did for a while. That wasn't quite a Joker. It was pretty close, though. Delicious water. Boss! Ario, did you catch all that?
Nejima, what is he planning?
Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Said word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky.
You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer?
Just our luck, really. Couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye, aye, boss. Later, it was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats, along with the curses, were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killings still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tsutsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Oh hey, she's not dead. Look at that.
But it's also not showing her face.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's not dead. Alright, let's start here, I guess. You know what? Let's start here. Ooh, there's one up here. 2 that we can't get to yet. Hitomi's help. Yako Sakazaki, 8 a.m. And we can't use our curses during the day. Unfortunate, the detective's lie detector is turned off now.
Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. Huh? It's morning. Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good, seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. Sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite an eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and to put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you got it rough then. But still, that's really amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school, and why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power's diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong, trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. Too late! That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go.
Yako Sakazaki, 8 a.m. Komagata High School, front gates. Whoa, there's ghosts here. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay? Mr. Janochi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way! Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janochi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary! Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay?
What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Beep. Sorry. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night, too. You must know something about Mr. Tenochi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me! Huh? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it, then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Excuse? I do want to know about that. Hitomi, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child, but you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. Interesting.
So like using curse marks.
Interesting. But if that's the case, wouldn't you know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. Jinochi's death. Did you hear about Mr. Jinochi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? I don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah, somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was, but for just a second I thought I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janochi and killed him. Hell, if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. There must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did. I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Janochi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curse of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. That's all I know. That's all I know. Okay. Hitomi, last night before you witnessed Mr. Janochi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in that classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right. With everything that happened with Mr. Janochi, they'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Janochi called me over here acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. That's so. Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain where to start. Where to start? Okay, not that. What do you mean by Mr. Janochi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say that? When whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's... How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Janochi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it. I couldn't just leave her alone looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give a guy like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Janochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Tell me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you... You're trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? The dirt. Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? Dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must be some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Oh, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. Oh, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her, too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he listened to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too, and it was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jinochi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi? Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense, like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jinochi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mia showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jinochi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman.
I was dumb to fall for that creep Janochi's trap so easy. Could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Janochi. She did have a reason to hate him, after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act out on those lingering regrets. Huh, I wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up, no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her, so much that she'd kill herself. That's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks, we'll call you if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kinda scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Janochi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Janochi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Janochi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Janochi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, he certainly would explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I said there were multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Janochi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Janochi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I don't doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Ariishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the Rite of Resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Ariishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do... what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Ariishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? What time is it? I might call it here for now. Oh, there's only 5 slots. Well, time to rotate. Alright, I'm gonna call it here for now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with some Like a Dragon Ishin. And have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.